Lovely. Thank you very much, everybody. Sorry for the late start, just a few technical challenges there. So good evening, everybody. Welcome to East Devon District Council's Cabinet meeting for the 29th of October 2025. I'm your Chair, Councillor Paul Arnold. Welcome to anyone watching the meeting via live streaming. We'll now start the meeting by doing a roll call of committee members here present from our DSO Amanda, please. I mean, could you declare any interest at this point as well?
Thank you, Chair. Starting with yourself, Councillor Arnott.
Present, no interest to declare. Thank you.
Councillor Loudon.
Present and no interest to declare. Thank you, Amanda.
Councillor Hawkins.
Present, no interest to declare. Thank you.
Councillor Hayward.
Present and no interest to declare. Thank you.
Councillor Hookway.
Present, no interests. Thank you.
Councillor Jackson.
Present, no interests, thanks.
Councillor Jeffries.
Present, no interests.
Councillor Young.
Present, no interests. Thank you.
Councillor Ledger.
Present, and I've got an interest in relation to agenda item 17. A family member owns adjacent land, so I think that'll be an affects ORI, and I'll leave the room.
What was that? An ORI? Yeah. Thank you. And Councillor Olive.
I am present and I have no declarations. Thank you.
Thank you. And are there any other councillors in the room that wish to declare an interest? No. Oh, Councillor Bailey.
When the item comes to Exmouth placemaking, I'm a member of Exmouth Town Council. 50% of the seafront is in my ward. Thank you.
Lovely, thank you. So,
yes, sorry, Chair, I ought to declare a similar interest on that one.
yes.
Agenda item, whatever it is, and so yeah, sorry about that. Yes, agenda item 9. So a member of Exeter Town Council, also a member of Devon County Council.
So Mel, can I just ask you around these? We get this, don't we? A lot of town councillors declaring, but do they actually have to do this? No. So I think, but thank you for doing it. But I think it's on your ROIs and your listings on the website. So I think in future, yeah.
And you know, I don't raise it with the members because ultimately it is your decision as to whether you want to declare an interest.
Yeah.
I would agree with my leader that you technically don't need to.
Thank you very much. Agenda item 1, minutes of the previous meeting from the 1st of October 2025. If anybody has any comments on those, please raise your hands now. No, thank you very much, in which case those meetings are agreed. Agenda item 2, apologies. We have Councillor Steve Gazzard. Councillor Bailey, please.
Councillor Jenny Brown and Councillor Johnny Brown.
Thank you very much, Councillor Bailey. Councillor Olive, please.
Also apologies from Councillor Mike Howe.
Very good. I'd like to offer apologies from Councillor Marianne Rickson and also Paula Fernley. Anybody else? No, thank you very much indeed. We've already done agenda item 3, declarations of interest. Agenda item 4 is public speaking, which is in relation to a later item which comes up probably in about 5 minutes' time. So, public speakers, would you like to speak at that point rather than now, if you can hang on 5 minutes? Yeah, okay, because it's a bit closer. Thank you very much. Agenda item 5, matters of urgency, there are none. Agenda item 6, confidential or exempt items, there are 2 listed at agenda items 16 and 17. Agenda item 7, the minutes of the Leisure Strategy Delivery Forum held on the 16th of September. The recommendations to Cabinet are on page 8, but they will now be deferred to a later date. Okay, if that's okay with everybody, thank you very much. Agenda item 8, minutes of the Asset Management Forum held on the 29th of September 2025, pages 13 to 16, recommendations on page 13. Do members wish to make any further particular recommendations on that? Are they happy to those to go forward? Good, they go forward without specific recommendations. Agenda item 9, the minutes of the placemaking in Exmouth Town and Seafront Group on the 9th of September 2025, pages 17 to 19. Same question. Particular recommendations, or can we agree to move forward without specific recommendations? They are noted. Thank you very much indeed. Agenda item 10, the minutes of scrutiny, 2nd of October 2025. The same question applies. Any other recommendations or members happy to go forward? Yep, they do. Thank you very much indeed. Agenda items 11. Minutes of the Overview Committee, which is held on the 30th of September 2025. You can find a recommendation there on page 23, and it relates to minute 50, public spaces protection orders, and that is what I believe our public speakers are here to discuss tonight, so thank you very much. In which case we have 5 listed, and we have Sue Dabinet, Yvette Turner, Sandra Ward and Christopher Miller. That's 4 actually. Can I just go in that order, or would you prefer to change the order? Okay, can I ask for Sue Dabinet, please, first? Thank you. And you have 3 minutes once you've started speaking. Thank you.
I'm Sue Dabinet, a resident of Kilmington, and I'm just going to read out a statement we received from Helen Sacco, the Senior Public Affairs Officer at the Kennel Club. The Kennel Club recognises the need to balance the interests of all users of public spaces. However, restrictions on dog walking should always be fair, proportionate and evidence-based, reflecting the needs of the whole community. We are particularly concerned about the impact on elderly and disabled residents, many of whom depend on their dogs for companionship, mobility and well-being. Under the Equality Act of 2010, councils have a duty to ensure public spaces remain accessible and inclusive. We support reasonable exclusions from enclosed play areas or courts, provided there are suitable alternative spaces nearby. However, we question if a full-time ban on sports fields is necessary. Seasonal or timed restrictions supported by clear signage are often far more practical and fair. Blanket restrictions can also cause displacement, pushing dog walkers into unsuitable areas and creating new issues. In summary, the Kennel Club supports the compromise solution proposed by the Kilmington community, which offers a balanced, inclusive and proportionate way forward for all residents. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed for that. So next we have Yvette Turner, please.
Good evening. I'm Yvette Turner and I'm a resident of Kilmington, and I represent the Kilmington Dog Walking Group and 156 signatures from Kilmington residents. The Kilmington playing field was gifted to the residents of Kilmington by Arthur Hitchcock with the object of improving the conditions of the life for the said inhabitants. There has never been a problem with dog fouling as stated by the trustees when they applied for the PSPO restrictions. There are only 4 residents of Kilmington that play cricket, and the school has a declining number of village children. The school and the cricket club only use part of the playing field in the summer months. We have monitored the field between 10 AM and 5 PM between September and October the 28th. The results are that the field is not used by families and children, and only by 1 or 2 dog walkers. Most of the time, the playing field is not being used. There are no suitable alternative areas in Kilmington that the elderly, people with reduced mobility and disabled residents can access safely and exercise their dog off-lead. We forget that they enjoy exercise with their faithful companion but are unable to use the many walks in Kilmington due to the uneven ground or unable to get there. Elderly people are also especially vulnerable to loneliness or being isolated. Meeting like-minded people is good for their well-being, body and in mind. For their dog companions, off-lead exercise is highly beneficial for a dog's physical and mental health, so they can exhibit natural behaviour. In the interest of fairness, we believe that a compromise is the right way forward and feel fair for Kilmington residents of all ages. Just in case you are not aware of our compromise proposed, between May and October, dogs are not allowed in the field from 10 AM till 6 PM. All other time, dogs can be exercised off-lead. Between October and May, there are no restrictions. This compromise has worked well across Devon and is supported by the Kennel Club, as stated by them and the reasons why. We hope you will support the compromise and see the bigger picture and look at the evidence before you, so that all residents of Kilmington can properly share in Arthur Hitchcock's generous legacy to all our community and all residents to enjoy the green open space. Thank you for letting us have our say.
I'm very grateful for you speaking. Thank you very much for that. Can I ask Sandra Ward next, please, in your own time? Thank you. We don't have Andrew here, do we? Good evening. Ah, thank you very much. Sorry for the trouble you've been put to. Thank you.
Sorry. Right, here we are. My name is Sandra Ward. I live in Kilmington. Kilmington is a wide-ranging community with many people having health and disability issues who need safe access to exercise their dog safely, as we cannot use long leads. They get caught in the wheels of mobility scooters and wheelchairs. With the PSPO order now in place that did not comply with the Home Office guidelines, as 99% of other councils on my research have, and without those guidelines in place on the proposed new order still not following guidelines, it will continue to create dangerous situations which, but for the grace of God, would have killed me recently. 3 weeks ago, the dog pulled, frightened in the narrow lanes. The lead touched my joystick of my wheelchair control. It jerked forward too much. I fell out of my chair on top of me on the road. Luckily, I had a phone in my pocket and after some time managed to retrieve it and phone for help. Friends came running, but it's left me terrified to exercise the dog. It shouldn't be like this. I'm horrified and saddened that EDDC, my council, does not use best practice when issuing PSPO orders and in do so discriminates against those of us that need the council to do so. What will it take EDC to see that following the Home Office guidelines can prevent such horrific situations you have forced me and others into? Using dangerous roads have we been denied access to the one safe place. I'm not wishing to be over dramatic, but will it take my death? Please, please, use your sense, please, and look at the compromise put forward. Myself and the many who live in constant fear of the narrow lanes as the only choice, please, please plead with you to do so. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sandra Ward. Thank you for that. Really, we ought to be helping there, shouldn't we? So thank you. So can I have a volunteer, maybe, sorry to ask, I wonder, I'm just looking for an officer maybe to sort the dais out again, because it's, we shouldn't really ask members of just because Andrew's not here at the moment.
Oh, I gave you the instruction.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay, okay. I still think we should do it though, don't you? Yeah. Thank you, Tim. Yeah. Lovely. Thank you. So I'm now looking to Christopher Miller, please.
Good evening. My name is Chris Miller. I live in Kilmington. My house overlooks the recreation field, and I have monitored the recreation field for the past few months, and the field is hardly used. It is absolutely empty most of the day. You see the odd person go in there, but very seldom. And it is an absolute waste of a beautiful green space, which we are very much short of in this country. The East Devon District Council did a consultation recently, and a lot of people took part. The majority voted for the compromise which we have put forward. And I would urge you to look at that and consider it because otherwise we will have a recreation field which was left to all of the residents of Kilmington. We will end up with a field that is just not used and will be a waste. I just urge you to vote for it. Thank you very much.
May I ask you a question, if that's
Sorry?
okay? May I ask you a
Yes.
question? 'Cause I'm interested, 'cause I know that field very well. So when it is used, is it just by the cricket club, or what use does it have? When it is used,
Sorry, what use?
the public space there.
Yes.
Who else is the user?
The residents of Kilmington own the field. It was left by the Hitchcock Trust in trust for the residents, all residents of Kilmington. And if you read the trust, I forget what it's called.
It's the governance document or whatever.
Yes,
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
read on the Charities Commission site, read the object of the trust is for the recreation of all residents of Kilmington, not just a cricket club, which is how it's become. I don't know if can I read the
Please do.
charities,
You've all come
the
here, so
charitable objects, the
Yes.
provision and
As long
maintenance
as
of a
is it
recreation.
like quarter of a page? It's not a whole page, is it?
Sorry?
Is it like a quarter of a page, the object?
It's
or is
it's only about a quarter of a
it?
page.
Okay, all
It's
right,
not very
thank you.
much.
It's useful to hear.
The provision and maintenance of a recreation ground for the use of the inhabitants of the parish of Kilmington without distinction of political, religious or other opinions, including the provision or assistance towards a provision on the recreation ground or any part thereof of facilities for recreation and other leisure time occupation, with the objects of improving the condition of life for the said inhabitants. The land and buildings shall be held upon trust for the object of the charity.
That's really helpful. Thank you very much
you.
indeed for our
Thank you.
understanding. So with this item, Cabinet, what I propose to do, please do sit down, thank you. And thank you for all your contributions. What I propose to do, unfortunately, we don't have an officer present tonight who's expert in this subject. And I think given what we've heard, I propose that we defer this item by a month and take it next month, if that's okay. And we've got time to have some consideration and more officer engagement. Yes, Ian, please, if you'd like to. Very briefly, because I am kind of deferring it.
The only
rather
thing
than
is, I
one
think the
copy.
public toilets programme is also on there. Are we talking about that?
Sorry, I meant that part of the recommendations.
Because that
made.
obviously can't be held up.
Totally, absolutely agree. Thank you very much for that. Okay, thank you, everybody. So we do have, I think, 3 recommendations from Overview there, which, because my computer has ever switched itself off, don't know if anybody is. Yeah, so... yes, please do, and thank you so much for coming. Okay, thank you. We'll pick that up afterwards. Thank you very much, and thank you again.
Chair, I'm just wondering, in light of what you've just said, are we deferring then minute 50 for further consideration to the next meeting or for a month?
Yes.
And that we are then taking for consideration minute 51, the toilets?
Yep. Good. Okay. So we have then minute 51 stands from the Overview Committee. Unless anybody wishes to speak on that or make any other recommendations, in which case I think we should just vote on that because it's a recommendation for a committee. So all those in favour, please, on minute 51. Thank you very much. Thank you. That's unanimous. Lovely. Thank you very much. Yes. Thank you, Amanda. Yep. Excellent. Very good. So we now go to agenda item 12. Yes, Councillor Ledger, please.
I know it might be quite difficult, but we're dealing with an issue with Kilmington there, and then there are issues relating to Exmouth seafront here. I don't know. whether we wish to take those out or just have it as
Unless
one or
they're-
defer the whole matter.
I think defer the whole matter unless the problem is, Dan, we don't have any officer support here tonight. Unless somebody knows, well, we have decided to move on, to be honest, unless somebody knows a burning issue with Exmouth during the course of November.
Without trying to make the stuff up on the hoof, all I would say was, would it not be sensible to move forward with the two that there are no issues with, and then only the issue, and then no, so it'd be moving forward with the two that, so with under 3, Cabinet approves the 3 new East Devon public protection orders.
No,
So there are
I
two.
get the idea, Dan, but I'm uncomfortable not taking officer advice across the span of the 3. I just think I appreciate the idea, but I think we should stick with the decision we've made. Thank you. So we go to agenda item 12, the Community Grant Fund Policy, pages 32 to 35. And we have Sharon Church, the Benefits and Financial Resilience Manager, please. Introduced by Councillor Sam Hawkins, our portfolio holder for finance.
You're waving.
Thank you. Back in February, Cabinet agreed to establish a new community grant fund to replace the previous action on poverty, community benefits and small communities grant schemes. We know how vital the voluntary sector is to our communities, so it's important that they help shape this new fund. Feedback was gathered through Devon Communities Together and the East Devon VCSC network. Since then, the community grant panel has met twice, first in August to review the draft policy and again in October to make final refinements. The new funds total £204,000, providing £102,000 over the next 2 years, with flexibility to extend if further funding is found. There's 2 elements: grants of £500 to £10,000 for rural community buildings and £300 to £1,500 for small community groups. The maximum awards have been increased and applications must link to our council plan priorities of supporting engaged communities and delivering financially secure quality services. We've listened to feedback and removed the match funding requirements for smaller grants, making it easier for new or emerging groups to apply, and an annual report will show how the grants have benefited residents. Officers are now finalising the application process and communications plan with the aim of launching the fund by the end of the year. Ultimately, this is a well-designed, well-supported scheme that strengthens our partnerships with the local voluntary sector and provides much-needed investment in East Devon's communities. Cabinet is asked to adopt the policy approving the issue of grants and agree delegated authority for any future amendments. And on a personal note, I'd just like to thank Sharon for her excellent work on this matter.
Excellent. Thank you, Councillor Hawkins, very much. Don't feel I necessarily need to come to you, Sharon. No? Okay, thank you. Good. Thank you for being there. Thank you for being there. I see Tim's there. We always keep him to the end, the deferred item. So, members from outside of Cabinet, anybody like to comment on that? Or inside Cabinet? I'm happy to... Well, no, Sam's already proposed it. A seconder, please.
Chair, I'm happy to support Sam. I've been part of the discussions in the panel, and I fully endorse what Sam said. And thanks, Sharon, as well.
Okay, very good. Committee, let's go to a vote. All those in favour, please. Excellent. Can I say we've done that, but just Sharon, out of interest, what's the best hope for when it might go live?
I'm hoping by the end of the calendar year, so I'm working on the application form at the moment, the strata, and then it just need a bit of testing with the voluntary sector. So,
Fantastic. Thank you very much indeed. We now go on to agenda item 13, the Clistemere and Soughton Bishop's Clist Neighbourhood Plan first review to be formally made. I think that's presented by Councillor Olive with the support of Councillor Wood. Councillor Olive? Councillor Wood. Mr. Wood. Is it your dice?
Congratulations, Andy. You've been promoted, and I'm a window, it would appear, for the purposes of this evening. So having been an egghead at council a few weeks ago, I'm now a window. The report is... Oh, it's good. It's good. It's fine. It's fine. I can be an inanimate object for the evening. I'm sure it would cheer everyone up. So the report is largely as it is in front of you, folks. There was a referendum a couple of weeks ago on the 2nd of October of residents
of Bishop's Clist Parish. As the report says, the result of the referendum was yes. Oh, it's the back of my head. Excellent, very good. And the recommendation before Cabinet is to say yes. Is the really short version. I'm slightly ad-libbing this. Councillor Mike Howe also asked me just to say on his behalf, thank you to the folks that worked on the Bishop's Clist neighbourhood plan and indeed to the team here at East Devon that have supported them in that process, and in particular Angela King, our neighbourhood planning officer there. Happy to propose the recommendations for you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Councillor Olive. Yes, well, I'll ask outside Cabinet first. No, Councillor Hayward then, please.
Just to second it, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Hayward. Nobody else wishes to speak in Cabinet, so we go to a vote, please. All those in favour? Thank you very much. Carried unanimously. Very good. We now go to agenda item 14, don't we? Where's that gone? Yes, so the exemption to contract standing orders to appoint specialist underwater contractor. Now, yes, is it Tim to do that? So over to Mr. Tim Child for this, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Evening also. I'm presenting this report on behalf of George Panetta Langford, our team lead for buildings and facilities. The report is quite straightforward. It is what it is. And it is, there is a request for Cabinet to note the exemption to standing orders. As I said, if there are questions, I will try and answer. But I think the report sets it out. It's specialist works relating to underwater works. In a swimming pool, which you can imagine is a fairly limited market.
Very good. Okay, thank you, Tim. I think that's understood by everybody. Anybody from outside of Cabinet wish to make a contribution on that? If not, into Cabinet, please. I will propose that from the Chair. Anybody wish to second that? Yes, Councillor Loudon, thank you very much. All those in favour? Thank you very much. That's carried. At agenda item 15, quite soon I'm going to hand over to my Vice Chair. I think I am again, yes. There we go. Thank you. Councillor Ledger, please.
Just before, I made a mistake with my declaration of interest. It's not an ORI. It's an effects prejudicial NRI.
Yeah. So off you trot.
Thank you. The main thing is that you leave the room. That's the only thing
Yes,
you need to worry
and
about.
never come back. Right, very good. So we're not... okay, so sorry, Councillor Loudon, please, you have the...
So as Vice Chair, I move the following, that under Section 100A(4) of the Local Government Act 1972, the public, including the press, be excluded from the meeting as exempt information of the description set out on the agenda is likely to be disclosed, and on balance, the public interest is in discussing this item in private session. In other words, Part B. I move. I think I take the vote. Is there a seconder? Thank you, Councillor Ledger. I think I just go to Cabinet on this. Those in favour, please show. Thank you. I think that is unanimous.
Thank you, Councillor Loudon. That brings the public